Okay, so here we are for part 2 of Infinity Gauntlet. And so I've seen the movie Avengers Infinity War. Jeff has seen it.
I have seen it.
And Tony has not.
I refused.
Yeah.
Fuck Disney, man.
Not sure why, but he doesn't want to see it. So
And I will not. Even if it comes on TV, I will not give them the ad play.
So we're going to spoil the shit out of the movie as well as the book while we're going through it. So hopefully it doesn't ruin your viewing experience.
Well, if you haven't seen the book, read the book right now.
Yeah.
It's been out for quite some time.
If you don't give Disney money because of it, I will thank you for it. Yeah, that's kind of mean.
Yeah, so we'll just jump in where we left off. So last week we covered 1 through 3 of Infinity Gauntlet, and now we're going to do 4 through 6. And right away, we're at the big battle. The cover is awesome. It's just Thanos standing there, come and get me.
Like Lex Luthor in Batman vs. Superman. Wait, we don't want to mention that, do we? No, that movie sucked.
Oh, you saw that one?
Kill superhero movies for me for life. Scarred me.
So right off the bat, we see all the heavy hitters. You got Thor, Firelord, Namor, who I guess is a heavy hitter.
Why? Why?
Still not wearing clothes. And and Iron Man. And Thanos is not impressed. He doesn't care.
Looks like Namor's trying to take a shit.
Yeah, he always has this like weird. I mean, his face is always weird, but he has this like weird, like stance while he's flying. But
He's like, I don't know. He thinks it's the ocean in space.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know.
So they're coming at him, and snap, Thanos freezes time.
Can I make a comment? I really don't think the beard and long hair look works on Thor very well. It kind of like blends.
Yeah,
Well, he grew a beard in the movie now.
Yeah,
It
Right.
doesn't blend as much. Well, it's also not.
But
bright yellow.
but now his hair's cut.
yeah. I think this isn't like the same Thor.
Yeah, it isn't. I think it's like a human that like has the powers of him or something.
Yeah, he explained that in earlier.
I forget. Yeah, I wasn't really reading Thor during this period, so I don't know.
Right. But now we know in the movie that he doesn't have the hammer anymore. But in this here, he threw the hammer, of course, at him. But of course, Thanos stopped time, and basically he's like playing with the hammer.
Yep. Yeah, so that once again just shows how fucked they are and how they really don't even stand a chance. Because if Thanos wanted to, he could just
Snap all their necks while time is frozen.
Yeah, like, or worse. He could get weird with it if he wanted to.
He could get weird. I have Thor's hammer, space, and my gold suit.
What exactly was Namor supposed to do in this scene?
Die.
Like, I get that he's like diving in, but what's he? I mean, you got the bolt from the fire guy, and Thor's hammer, and Namor's just like, I'm gonna dive in at the deep end.
Yeah, that looks like a really weird position to punch. Maybe he's trying to like punch him in the dick. It kind of looks so like ultimate punch.
Oh, that's the weak spot. Even though he has like,
Well, that'll do
like
it then.
gauntlet.
I had a question that this the Mephisto. Was that like the creature in the movie? Like it was like a weird creature. Is that supposed to be? I know it's not the same character, but is he like the replacement of this guy?
Yeah, so I don't really know. I think that's Thanos' Black Order. I think I've heard that's what they're called. And I've never read any of those, but basically in the movie he has those like his like minions.
Right, the posse.
Yeah, I think those are like a new group. They have nothing to do with this. I don't think they were invented in this period.
Okay.
So yeah, they might have used the one main guy that talks
Right.
as like a replacement for Mephisto. But
Right. And I kind
died,
of missed
so.
the Mistress' death. I wish they would have put her in the movie.
yeah, they totally changed his motivation.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He did like his motivation is like on the same level as Ra's al Ghul,
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
but he actually. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but right. But I mean,
You already
Yeah,
have.
go ahead. Yeah, it's all spoilers.
Yeah.
but he actually is able to go through with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul always gets followed by Batman.
Yeah.
I guess the Avengers didn't have a Batman, so
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the I think that was the best way they could give him that mission,
right.
and keep true to the comic, but not introduce a new character.
Does he have like a weird pit that brings back to life whenever Batman does mess
need,
up his
you know,
plans?
you need the pit.
I mean, yeah, he did come back to life. So, we see Mephisto, whispering in Thanos' ear again, and he's basically telling him that, maybe Mistress Death wants to see a fight. Like, if you just kill these guys, no problem. That's not courageous. You're not being brave. You're not being powerful. It's just like
Show that you're like a gladiator warrior.
Yeah.
Also, this first page, I had a really hard time reading that. Just a little note. I don't.
The title page.
The title page. Cosmic Battle. That was kind of hard to read. It took me like a few seconds.
Well, it doesn't actually play into the plot, so.
Well, I'm just saying as in an artistic way.
Yeah, it's kind of jumbled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go back to your.
So back to where we were.
Being weirdly sexual.
So Thanos decides, I'll
Even
do
the
that.
odds a little bit. Well, not even them. Just like
Just gives him a little smidge of hope.
So what he does is he turns off his sensory input from the gems. So basically, he can't see the future anymore. He can't see the past. He can't see all of reality, but he can still use them. So he can still fuck with time. It's just that he's not gonna know everything before it happens. So
is he getting more used to these things now too? Since he can turn off certain things.
Yeah, I think he's got to be sort of adapting to it. He's
courage.
Yeah.
If you fight them,
right, because he does explain that that you have to learn how to use the power. You can't just use it.
Yeah, it's way too much for just like a mind who hasn't ever experienced that. So, and then we see Eros is sort of he sees he kind of sees what Mephisto's doing maybe, and he realizes oh shit. So they went from like a 0% chance to like a 0.0000 something percent chance. Actually, I think Thanos says what the odds are.
He
and
does.
It's like
0.05%.
Yeah. So I mean, it's better than they had before, but they're still fucked.
He's still going out like a bitch on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. So Thanos says, "Let the battle begin," and then everybody crashes. So they froze time. He walks out of the way, unfreezes time, and they all crash into a wall. And he's laughing at him.
Well, actually, Namor dives into the wall.
Yeah. But then we see Hulk and Drax both punch Thanos.
I wish
green people!
Yeah.
I wish they would have had that kind of in the movie a little bit.
Green
too.
power.
Yeah.
And
Hulk
I guess
didn't come out at all.
Yeah, I
really.
know. I think they should have a little bit more Hulk.
Yeah.
He's
Well, he was bitching out.
right?
He's like, "Oh, Hulk's scared." So for Tony, in the opening scene, Thanos just beats the living shit out of Hulk, no problem, and then he turns back into Banner, and he can't Hulk out again.
Yeah, you know how
basically he has ED, Hulk.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah. You know how in the beginning of this book that the Silver Surfer crashed into Doctor Strange's house?
Yeah.
Well, it was actually the Hulk in the movie that did it.
Yeah.
Someone from space.
Yeah, he just shot him down.
Yeah. So I guess the
how the hell did you fucking get it right on the bar?
Idris Elba opened up a rainbow bridge.
Yeah.
And then he crashed into Doctor Strange's house, which is nice. It was a nice way of playing into it. It's okay, so that's a tie into the comic.
Right.
Yeah, I liked it. And they didn't have to introduce Adam Warlock yet. So back to the fight. They get this weird angled punch. I can't really see how that works. With the angles that they're both punching him, but. Whatever, and it's a big deal because it's holy shit, he actually
Jax punched him into the Hulk, and the Hulk punched him out.
So they ping ponged him.
Yeah, ping ponged him.
So that's a big deal because it's okay, he's actually playing by these rules. He's actually not. He doesn't know what's going to happen to him before.
Take a hit.
Yeah, but he just proceeds to blast Drax, and then Hulk is pounding on him.
And of
He's
course starts
getting all
talking
cocky.
shit.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, this is easy." And then he like
Gets bigger.
yeah, yeah, he just like grows, and Hulk runs away. So now Cap is sort of like orchestrating this attack strategy, where it's like, okay, now you guys hit him, and then after you hit him here, then you guys hit him.
Then you guys die. Then you guys die.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you guys.
Yeah.
I'll stay right here so I don't die.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other guys doing that are Adam Warlock and Silver Surfer,
Who are literally like just watching, going like, yeah. Well, they're all gonna die.
Yeah. Surfer isn't like this because he's like, dude, you shouldn't be in there. You'll die. And he's saying, so Adam Warlock says you have a major role to play in this game, but he doesn't tell Surfer what it is because he's afraid that Thanos will read his mind. And then he comments that only I can hold on. I can't reveal my plan because Thanos won't go into my mind because he knows that's like opening like a bag of cats. Like it's like it's too crazy. Like he'll get like distracted in there. So he can hold on to his plan, but he can't tell the others because then it'll like,
then they'll read the mind.
Thanos might find out, and then it'll be ruined. He needs so there's some element of surprise that he's depending on. So it looks like Namor and She-Hulk get covered in some sort of weird
asbestos.
Yeah, I don't know what.
It looks like they like disintegrate almost. It's kind of like steaming in the next page.
Yeah, they like some sort of like fungus, I guess.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
Ants.
Yeah.
Fire ants. Oh, the bees.
Ants.
Ant-Man's back on Earth. You guys left me home. What the hell? I could have helped.
There's just okay.
So Thor whacks him, and then of course Doctor Doom at the first chance goes, "Give me the gauntlet, give me the gauntlet." Yeah! And he's trying to pull it off, and Thanos doesn't have any of it, and he just blasts him, and he looks pretty fucked up. He's still okay. It's just like
his whole cloak is gone.
Yeah. So this is interesting. Thor whips the hammer at Thor again, or Thor whips the hammer at Thanos again,
Yeah.
and then Thanos just opens up a portal
and it disappears.
Yep. And Thor realizes he has 60 seconds before he turns into his alter ego or whatever, or his real human version. So he's just like wailing on him. He's just like being attempting to beat the shit out of him as much as possible in this last 60 seconds. But Thanos just whips him off.
Whips him out in space.
Of course, he can't fly without his hammer, so he's just kind of drifting away.
Like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I know. So then Wolverine kind of sneaks up and jumps and lunges and stabs him right in the heart. And you think like, oh shit, did he get him? Is this gonna work?
He stuns arrows, doesn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, but then no. Yeah, it looks like he turns his adamantium bones into
rubber.
Spongy rubber. Yeah.
So it was like a piece of shit. He's like,
so that sucks. Okay, and Eternity is talking to Warlock, and he's saying they want to get in. They're seeing the fight, and they're thinking, okay, you mortals are doing absolutely jack shit. We need to get in this. Like, come on.
Silver Surfer's pissed. A game!
Yeah. Warlock calls it like his game. And it's because if he actually thought of it in the terms of what's actually happening, like if he actually like absorbed the full impact of this, it's the entire fucking universe. Like he would never be able to keep his shit together. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, it's a game, and I'm just gonna try to win the game. So we see the mutants attacking. We got Scarlet Witch and Cyclops. And there's actually like a pretty neat move here. He like as soon as Thanos starts marching towards Cyclops, he cuts off the beam and he loses his balance, and then Iron Man blasts him. But his little his little concubine or whatever,
his girlfriend,
she jumps in. So
takes out the Iron Man.
I mean, I guess that's still a fair fight because Thanos did create her. So it's like he like made her. So it's like still him fight. I don't know.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch gets
it's like
exploded.
A little bit. It's kind of cheating.
And
Yeah, I don't even
Cyclops,
see
that I
what happened.
really
Yeah.
enjoy, gets a really shitty death.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on there?
Put
It's just like
a box.
block on his head and he just suffocates or
Yeah, he
something.
suffocates.
Yeah. Even though he doesn't need air and space because of Doctor Strange's thing.
But it could be like it could be like a mirror thing where he's using his beams, his eye beams.
Well, no, it literally says cutting off
Yeah.
oxygen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, I think he can get hit with his own beams.
Oh, okay.
I think it doesn't like affect him somehow. But yeah. Anyway, Vision.
Gets fucked up.
Yeah, he just gets punched in the heart and all his wires ripped out. And then we see Thor again. Some fucking how he defies physics and like drifts backwards. And like I don't know, whatever.
I did it!
Yeah, this is like some shit from Gravity. But
And somehow his head doesn't explode when he realizes he's in space as a human being.
Or
Yeah.
freeze.
yeah,
Or that.
yeah, yeah. But so what happens is he loses since Thor becomes the other guy. The spell wears off because the spell is only on Thor.
Right. Yeah.
So
And somehow Thor's the only one that has the beard. And his hair's longer as Thor.
yeah, whatever.
It's like Shazam.
Yeah, I don't know. He's also buffer. Like he's jacked.
Do you realize that the Captain America doesn't even bother to save Cyclops? He's just like looking up. Okay.
He's dead.
I mean, he could break it open. Maybe
Unless he's already dead.
mouth to mouth.
Nobody likes Cyclops.
Dude, yeah.
I'm willing to bet you a lot of money Cyclops up to his girlfriend.
Yeah, probably fucking bangs everyone. I don't know if he was at this time, but nowadays, yeah, he would have. Also, nowadays, I don't think Cap likes mutants. At least not during Avengers vs. X-Men.
Oh.
But anyway.
Because they weren't scientifically made.
Yeah.
They don't need steroids like me.
Yeah. So Cap is sort of calling him a murderer and monster. It's like, well, yeah, dude, he killed half the life forms in the universe. Like
Get off
you're
your
really,
high horse.
You're really concerned about this one dude, but it's all a distraction. And Cloak sort of tries to trap him.
No!
And for some reason, Cap is actually like thinks it works. It's like, no, come on, dude.
Sweating and shit.
Dumbass. And he just gets exploded. And we see some more fighting. Yeah, so Eros is keeping an eye on everything. And everyone's like watching this fight, except for Nebula, who's just like so
Zombified.
fucked.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she just doesn't. She can't, like, I don't know.
And she's kind of fucked up in the movie too.
Yeah. So that's another way. It's like they didn't do this,
Right,
But they did like
because she
like,
is
literally
like
pull her
parts and shit.
apart.
Yeah,
So it's basically the same thing.
yeah.
It
could be worse.
It's the best way
really.
they could do it without showing like full on like
Gore.
torture in a
Gore,
movie, like prolonged torture.
But doesn't I think in the movie storyline, like he actually does pull her apart and then like puts her back together with like metal, right?
Yeah. So she's like,
Or it was Ronan that did it.
no. So I think she's some sort of cyborg in the movie. I don't know. I don't think she is in here.
No, not in this.
In the books, but yeah, in the movie they like literally pull her apart piece
Right.
by piece. So I mean that's sort of what's going on here.
But he originally put her together piece by piece because he took pieces off her when she was, I guess, growing up.
Right? Yeah. They said that in Guardians, right?
Guardians,
yeah.
So he replaces her with metal pieces.
Yeah.
And then like in this new movie, he pulls them all like individually apart.
Yeah. I think
With wires and
having her
shit.
just like constantly tortured for his own amusement or death's amusement was too dark.
Well, he actually in the movie he worked off of other people's emotions. That's
Yeah.
how Gamora gave up where the other stone was because her sister was being tortured,
Yeah.
and she just got in good with her sister.
Yeah. So it was sort of a different motivation also.
He did that with the time stone with
Yeah, Doctor
with
Strange,
Doctor Strange.
and Tony Stark. So he's like honoring Tony Stark. He's like, oh man, I hope they remember you after I fucking kill you. And I guess that was a good way to get Doctor Strange's heartstrings and everything.
Right.
So
because Doctor Strange only knew of one outcome, and he just gave up
we
the
gotta
stuff-
talk
he
about
gave-
that scene.
Oh
all
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's get into that right now.
Yeah.
I didn't like that seemed so stupid to me when it happened. So Tony, they're on Titan. Iron Man and Doctor Strange and some other people are fighting Thanos, and Doctor Strange has the time gem, and Thanos is like almost murders Tony Stark. Like he stabs him, he's gonna die, and Doctor Strange goes like, "No, I'll give you the stone. Just don't kill Tony Stark."
So
It's like,
I'm
what
gonna
the
sacrifice.
fuck?
I'm gonna save Tony Stark and let everyone else die.
Yeah.
So
Tony Stark was like a giant piece of shit, man, in these movies.
before that, Doctor Strange says he went through a million scenarios, and there was only one possible outcome that they would be able to win.
Yeah.
So was it giving up the time stone that would be one of those scenarios, or saving Tony in general would be one of the scenarios?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So when I first saw it, I was like, "What the fuck? Why are you doing that? Just go
Right.
back in time and do something different or something."
Right.
But yeah,
of course
that
he
might
went through
be
the
it.
scenarios,
Yeah.
and that didn't. Maybe it was that Tony needs to live for it to be reversed.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Like he saw that like this has to play out for the one scenario that actually works to occur.
Right.
So yeah, that's a
Get
good
that
take on it.
figured out.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll find out. And
Yeah.
one
Hot
of the
take,
new
He's
movies.
in love with Tony Stark.
Well, that's an interesting
They
one.
both
Yeah.
have facial hair. It works.
You finally met someone that's as cocky as him.
Yeah. I kind of calls him the wizard.
I can't quit you.
Oh man.
Follow the wizard.
So speaking of Iron Man dying,
Yeah.
yeah,
She plays
he
with
gets,
the head.
Yeah, he gets beheaded. It's a shame that that's not how they did it. In the movie.
Twist his head off.
And he's like, yeah, he just like snaps his head off, and the Doctor's just like, "Wait, I'll give you the jet." Oh,
Shit.
he's already dead.
No, you're already dead. We have a friend that literally would get out of the movie instantly if that happened because
Yeah.
he's in love with Iron Man.
Yeah,
Like, to a level that's disturbing.
as a lot of people are. So now we see
All that shit
Spider-Man.
didn't work. Now they're gonna shoot webs at him.
Yeah.
That's
Where
really,
the fuck were you? This is the thing I don't understand about big battle scenes in comic books. Where the fuck were these people? Like, why were they like going one at a time at this guy? Just go all out at him.
I don't know, man. It's like the logistics of trying to punch. Like, how can 6 people punch someone at the same time?
Okay, a lot of these guys don't punch. Some of them shoot beams. Some of them like shoot webs.
Shoot webs.
Like, why is it like there's this dead people? They're literally seeing Iron Man get killed, and they don't even stop that.
Yeah. Who knows, man? It's just easier to. It's more interesting to read that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just
Just
things about these massive battles in comics that piss
Well,
me
also
off.
you saw the way Cap was orchestrating it. He was like, okay, now you hit him here, now you hit him here. So it's like a strategic kind of thing too.
Let Iron Man die.
Yeah, I don't like him anyway. So, see some more bashing, and Thor is turned into glass, and it looks like
Glass. Who gives a shit about glass?
it looks like Spider-Man's something's ripped out of him. It looks like his heart, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I don't know what that is, but Spider-Man's dead. So this is cool. Nova is turned into like little blocks. I don't know if you noticed, but that's kind of how Drax was killed. So when they were going for the reality gem and Thanos already had it,
Oh yeah.
he's like fucking with them. And
Yeah,
turns,
he blocked. He was,
he turned Drax into blocks. So that was a nice little tie back.
Yeah.
And there was another one that the way what's her name dies, the little bug chick. I forget her name.
Mantis.
Mantis. The way she
His-
dies
his
is sort of
ribbon,
similar to
the
someone
ribbons.
else here too. Yeah. So Quasar, he's like trying to talk shit. He's like, "I'm the wielder of the quantum bands," and
Does he melt his hands?
no, yeah, he just like breaks them. He just like blows them up or melts them. Or
Don't
something.
give a shit.
Not
Yeah.
again.
Don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
It's like, okay. And then we get like this big view of like everybody's like dead bodies. Like,
Iron Man's head.
yeah. Yes.
Look at freaking Wolverine.
Yep. And Cap, honestly, this is some balls on Cap. Like
I was
he knows
impressed by
that
this.
he's not gonna be able to do anything here, but he knows, okay, I gotta like step up here.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die with my boots on.
Yeah, and the shield is easily broken, which is definitely going to happen in the next movie. You know, I guarantee you, he's gonna get his shield back, and Thanos will smash it.
I think we left the shield back with Tony when he shoved it in Civil War, right?
Yeah,
When he shoved it into his chest, and that's where it ended.
Yeah, was the shield broken in Civil War? I think it might have been, and that's
Oh,
why
was
he
it?
didn't have it in this last movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
I forgot to. Should have saw it.
Either that, well, whatever, for whatever reason, he wasn't using it.
Okay.
But I'm sure he'll get his shield back and that'll get broken. Because that was in, like, his little dream in the beginning of Age of Ultron.
Oh.
He had, like, a dream sequence of Thanos. Like,
Okay.
yeah, so that's going to happen. But Adam Warlock, that's the signal. So you see Thanos get ready to, you know, lay down the death blow.
Like American Dad head explosion.
Yeah.
It flies out, it explodes like in the wall and shit.
Is he gonna be okay? No.
No, is Cap gonna be okay? No.
But that's Silver Surfer's cue.
I love how just Captain America's just like, just do it.
Yeah.
Then Silver Surfer misses.
Yeah, that was their like one chance. If he could pull that off, they could have ended it all right there. And Cap punches him in the face, but it doesn't do anything.
He's
He
like-
just gets smacked, gets backhanded to
He
death.
gets pimp slapped to death.
To death.
That is awesome. You got pimp slapped to death. What if birthday like teeth flying?
Yeah. So they all die basically. I think Silver Surfer's still alive.
He just missed.
Yeah, but they're basically all the Earth's heroes are dead, and Adam Warlock is there, and he goes, "Okay, well
That didn't
failed.
work."
Yeah, we tried this the easy way, and it didn't work. So now we're gonna like risk the entire fucking universe getting torn to shreds, and we're gonna get in all the heavy hitters."
You know what would really been awesome in one of these scenes if Silver Surfer really didn't miss, but just had the surfboard just like deck him out.
Yeah.
Like him jump off the surfboard and just have the surfboard just fucking deck him out, and then like Thanos gets up and he smashes the fucking surfboard in half.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been good, like symbol. It's like
Yeah,
I don't
like,
think
the-
his
like-
surfboard's ever been broken, really.
That would have been cool. It would break right there.
Yeah.
Would he become like?
I think he might
Mortal again?
die or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that would even be even better.
Well, I think his surfboard is like he can like convert it into energy or something. So he might be able to just like
It's been a while
Build
since I
a new
read
one or
Silver
something.
Surfer, but do you think they'll ever do like a really good Silver Surfer movie?
no. Unfortunately,
I mean,
it sucks, but they never will.
It would multiple factors. One,
they can't get away from the Fantastic Four one.
Yeah.
well, that they might have. Yeah, they don't. Well, they
I mean,
do
you
have
gotta-
rights now of it,
yeah,
but they
you
didn't.
got
Yeah.
So wait, they do?
Well, they will in like
'Cause
2
this
years.
deal
once the
with
deal
Fox?
once it goes through.
Okay.
in,
Well,
like,
I'm gonna.
2 years.
Yeah. So we'll see if that actually goes through because it doesn't always
Yeah,
work.
It doesn't always work.
But then, yeah, even if they do, then now you got to deal with the Fantastic Four version. So maybe they could just extricate it, just pretend like it never happened.
well, they probably would do that.
Yeah,
but
if
then
they
you have
really
to deal with
wanted
the fact that it's like Silver Surfer. People are like, wow, a surfer. That's kind of lame.
Maybe.
Oh. Yeah,
I think it's kind of cool.
But like, how can they do it like different without like making it look like the T-1000 or you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, like
You know
the
what I mean?
metal, silver,
Yeah, like-
liquid kind of thing. Yeah,
I wonder if they could ever do it like differently.
I don't know.
And not that that wasn't cool. I mean, that was cool for its own thing.
Yeah, but that was like over 20 years ago.
Yeah, I
you
was
know?
just saying.
Yeah, almost 30.
Yeah,
I thought maybe they could maybe do it.
yeah, like they'd have to come up with something new,
Something
like a
different.
new
James
gimmick.
Cameron would be a guy to sue you over that.
Yeah.
He would be that guy.
Hey, I might too. I mean, well, how did he look in the Fantastic Four movie?
kind of the same way.
I mean, was it
Oh,
like
you never saw
hideous?
it? You never saw it?
No, I saw it, but it was a long time.
Yeah,
ago.
I
It was
saw it
like
a
over
long time
10
ago.
years ago. Yeah, I don't want to remember.
They got Lawrence Fishburne to do the voice.
Yeah,
so it
that was
must-
pretty cool.
So
I remember
don't-
that.
I don't
that
think it was an
pretty
actual
good.
guy playing him.
Oh, it was just 100% CG.
I think probably.
Probably, yeah.
And when you see things in CGI, and if it's not done well, you can tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different from seeing like an actual person and then seeing something that's CGI.
Yeah,
You know
well, that's
what
what I'm saying. I don't remember if it was good or not.
It was very
You know, I hate judging books by their covers, but when you name your movie Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer, I can already tell it's going to suck. Just by
Right.
the name of the title, it's like you didn't really put a lot of thought into this title, did you?
Yeah, I don't know.
They should have made Silver Surfer its own movie. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And don't put it
Yeah.
on Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, while we're bitching about that movie, didn't they have like Galactus be like a
Cloud,
swarm?
like it's a cloud,
like a colony of like locusts that come and kill your planet?
I gotta. I can
Ah,
see.
dude.
I know Silver Surfer just came over to warn us. The Fantastic Four and like.
Yeah. Yeah, they were warned, like, he's the herald of Galactus.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Galactus. It was like this weird, like, colony, like, swarm thing that just, like,
Right.
ate your planet.
Yeah, they got to do their own Silver Surfer
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Well,
And don't put it on Earth.
yeah,
Well,
we'll keep
that would
framing.
have to be after this. After they completely reboot everything, because
After they run out of characters.
Well, they're not. Well, they're not going to be able to introduce X-Men and everything else into the universe they have right now.
Right.
It's not going to work.
Yeah. I'm not even going to get down that wormhole trying to predict how they're going to do this shit. It's like, I have no fucking
I think
idea.
after they finish this story arc, they're going to reboot the whole thing. That's what I honestly think they're going to do.
Yeah, who knows? I don't want to get too deep into
But-
that because we'll talk. We can just speculate forever.
And why not? If it's making money, maybe I don't know. Maybe the best marketing strategy is to take like 5 years off and then start over again.
And then Deadpool 3 will have
I'm
so much
yeah.
to say about
I
that.
don't think there will be a Deadpool 3. I don't think Disney's going to make one of those movies. I think they don't want to touch that. That's way too vulgar for them.
That's what makes them interesting.
Yeah, I don't want to. We'll just be speculating
I
forever.
know.
so
I'm just speculating.
like,
I'm just
who the hell
speculating, but
knows?
I just don't. I just don't see it. That's a company I don't see.
I don't fucking know. So
That kind of ends. Well, actually, the Galactus and all the cosmic people are there.
And the Watcher comes off
Yep.
like a turd again.
yeah, so we're on.
I'm just
we're
here to
on issue
observe,
5.
man.
Yeah, he's just gonna watch.
Observe and report. That's it.
Yeah, he's actually just scared shitless, and he doesn't want to actually die. So, so he's like, I'm gonna hang out over here, guys.
they
I
put him-
gotta respect my duty and watch.
They put him
this.
in Guardians of the Galaxy too. Why didn't they just put him in this movie? Like,
Yeah,
and,
really.
and just have going. I'm just here to observe and report.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll be in the next one.
Yeah, it's true.
So we see all the cosmic badasses, getting ready to go after Thanos, and Mephisto is sort of just, I don't know, fucking with Eros, sort of.
Like fucked up weird teeth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk you to death, even though you can't talk to me back.
yeah. He really doesn't have anything to say. He's just like, this is gonna be really fucked up. You're probably gonna die.
I didn't realize he had so many teeth.
Yeah, really.
He's got like venom teeth.
Yeah.
Man, that
So, yeah, it begins. And Mistress Death actually, she's like one of these cosmic like monster, like badass dudes. So she protects them, and it's like Eros comments like it's because she hates Thanos so much. Like he doesn't want them to die for some reason or something. Like she doesn't want to give him the satisfaction of them dying or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. So it's like we see Earth get even more fucked. so not only are they going to a new ice age, but it's like this like cosmic like explosion that happens because this fight gets so fucked up that it opens up a portal to the negative dimension, I think it's called, and
Now you're getting robbed.
yeah, Annihilus comes in to take over Earth. It's like so much shit happens to Earth just for no reason, just on accident. Like I just love that. So it looks like the Celestials are. I don't really know what the Celestials' deal is, but I think they're just like ancient beings or something.
Like sacrificing planets.
Yeah, they're just like whipping planets at him. Kind of awesome, but
Take that.
yeah,
Home run. Home run.
yeah,
Home run. Damn, we're not doing so hot here.
yep.
What planet is this? Krypton? Oh, you have that one too.
So Thanos doesn't give a shit though. 'cause
Then they
he's
try to put
blasting
throw him back in time, even though he controls
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, they're sort of doing like their little specialties, and it's I don't know. They're just trying to fuck with him, but now Thanos says fuck that.
Yeah, They try separating the two.
Yeah, they tried just like playing with his like consciousness to like get him into like his like sense of order and chaos gets fucked up, but
His emotions.
yeah, he just no, not gonna happen.
And then Mephisto sees this shit.
Yeah. So after some more fucking with them, some more people, Mephisto
That's
sees
when
his chance, and he's like trying to pull it off of him, but no, he's about to. It looks like he's about to like really fuck up Mephisto, just because he's actually pissed off at him now, and not just trying to defend himself. He's like, but Mistress Death actually prevents it.
And now we all know Mephisto and Mistress Death were having an affair behind Thanos' back. And that's the explanation for all of this.
Yes.
An episode of Mari is the explanation for all of this.
Oh man. So Thanos feels like super betrayed, and he's saying like, "I offered you the universe," but that's pretty good art. Like she's just like pissed. She's like, "No, man."
I like his weird devil teeth and his redness.
Yeah.
Your purple just doesn't do it for me.
So they're all blasting him. It's like the final assault.
No.
Yeah. But it don't matter. He like captures all of them. And he just kind of like has them there as trophies.
Like the we call it the in the first Superman with Christopher Lee, they have in that prison.
Yeah, the prism. Oh, the
Phantom Zone.
Phantom Zone.
But before they go into the Phantom Zone, they're like on trial, and they got that like that thing going around them.
Yeah.
That's gonna hold them.
So
I'm not freaking dissing those two movies. Those first two movies are so well done.
Surfer and Warlock, they see like all this shit happening, and they see like a planet explode. So Surfer wants to go and look for survivors, and Adam Warlock is like, you probably don't want to do that.
You're gonna start crying.
It's probably
You're
not a
gonna
good
wipe up
idea.
your tears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend the night with you. Like,
Yeah.
help you not kill yourself. It's just too much work, man.
It's okay. You got so much to live for. It's okay.
Put the pills down. No. Yeah, I think if I did see that much death, I'd probably just that'd be tough.
Yeah, but they're not humans. I mean, it's like they kind of look human, but
Well, Sorcerer has a lot of emotions, though.
yeah. I mean, he's like a citizen of the universe, so
Yeah.
he's very worldly, and he'd probably interact with all these different things. Like if I saw him, I'd be like, "Oh, you're ugly. You're gross." Like yeah, it would suck knowing that they were people, but
Like mosquitoes.
So
Yeah,
like,
mosquitoes.
yeah, I don't care about
so
mosquitoes.
is it like space kill instead of roadkill? It's
Yeah.
space kill.
Yeah, basically. Then comes Eternity. And he's saying, so basically Thanos is like, I'm the new Eternity. Like, I control everything. Like, I'm here. I'm going to replace you. Your role as, like, the consciousness, like, the embodiment of the entire universe. And Eternity's like, no, let's do this. Come at me, bro.
Once, not ever.
Come at me, bro. So this giant explosion or whatever, and it happens, and it like barely takes a second, and it's
They
done.
they don't know who really won yet.
Yeah. So then they're back. So they're back in Doctor Strange's house. He's asking how it goes, and they're saying, it went like shit.
How goes the struggle?
Yeah, they're like, okay, time for plan C.
Z.50.
Yeah. And then we go back to Thanos, and he's got Eternity there as one of his trophies, which is like a pretty big deal. It's basically at this point, there's nobody that can there's nobody now. You're done. Like that's it.
He's like out of his body too. Like,
Yep.
He's
Yeah, we
he's
see
an entity now.
Yeah, we see him sort of as Eternity. He's like melded with the universe. He's like one with the universe now, and his consciousness is like
Like in the
not
cosmic
in his body.
Like in that cosmic prism, yeah.
Yeah. And everyone sort of is like just basking on Thanos being, doing this like amazing thing and like becoming part of the universe, except for Nebula, who sees that he's neglected his body, and she pulls off the gauntlet.
And his one dumbass mistake.
It's like, ah, shit. Yeah, that's the mistake. That's what Warlock was waiting for. He knew Thanos would get,
Power
too egotistical and be like, okay, I win, but leaving out. So Nebula gets the gauntlet, and Thanos is not powerless, but he doesn't have the gauntlet anymore.
But she hasn't learned to use the power though, so.
And she basically decides, I'm going to be him now, too.
Yeah. So she
God damn it.
looks like she just like sends him off into space with Taraxia, the sex slave, who he didn't make able to survive in space. She can't breathe in space because Thanos thought he would just keep her alive with the gauntlet, but no.
Does that really matter to him though?
Yeah, at this point, I think he has bigger things.
He's like,
to
I
worry
shall
about.
miss her. It's like, okay.
Yeah. But we get a comment here from Warlock talking to the other guys, and he senses that this has happened somehow because he has like this bond with the Soul Gem, but he senses it, and he goes, our situation has gone from bad to worse. Like, somehow this is worse than dealing with Thanos.
I don't know, someone who doesn't know how to use the power, I thought that would be like an up,
Yeah,
kind of like a.
Well, that's the thing. So do you go with the evil that you know, or the evil that you don't know? I don't know, because they don't know anything about her, and she's not. She like Thanos is fucking crazy, but he's had like great power before, so he's like a little bit more stable with it. Like she might destroy the entire.
I think it would be more like taking candy from like a 1-year-old than it is from like a teenager. You know what I mean?
Well, that's sort of what happens.
Yeah.
But so we'll get to that in the next issue. So Doctor Strange actually brings Thanos to his house. He opens up like a portal and brings him to them. So now they're all.
And Silver Surfer's like, yep, you're dead.
Yeah, they're obviously they want to fight. But they bring back. So I guess did Nebula reverse time
No,
because all
yeah.
the heroes are alive again?
He sent a lot of like the heroes he killed like prisons essentially inside gems or something.
Right. So they weren't actually dead. They were just like sent off somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
Some are actually
so they
dead.
can retrieve some of the heroes.
Like obviously Iron Man's dead.
Yeah. Okay. So they're still dead, but they can retrieve a couple of them. Not all of them died, I guess.
Then they all sit down and have coffee.
Yeah. They're just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
So, how about those Mets? They suck.
It's like one of these scenes like Stan Lee always said, you don't just have superheroes just standing around. You always have to be like, moving or something, or like, with their like their fists clenched and stuff. Here they're just hanging out.
Yeah.
They're all still flexing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have like a conversation here with Warlock and Thanos. As we know, they kind of have a history, sort of. And Warlock sort of reveals to him that he was part of the Soul Gem. He's seen into his soul, and he knows Thanos better than he knows himself. And he knew you were going to fuck this up. You don't you subconsciously don't think you deserve it. And that was how he sort of knew that's how they were going to handle it.
He kind of owns him.
Yeah. Yeah. So they team up, and we see them head back to the little I don't know
Fortress.
what they call it. Yeah.
Space Fortress.
Like the shrine that she keeps together for some reason. But yeah, so they head back, and it's not looking good, and so then we see Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Thanos, and Warlock, but for some reason she doesn't see Warlock. She goes like, Thanos, what are you doing here with your two friends? And Surfer's like, two friends? What the fuck are you talking about? Blacked out. What? But so we know something weird is happening where she doesn't see one of them, and obviously it's Warlock. And this is where the story kind of gets a little weird, like wonky. I didn't, it sort of felt like they needed they had the story made this far, and then it was like, okay, and then they pull the thing off of him, and it's like, oh shit, now how do we get the gauntlet off of her? and they try to just like make some shit up.
We promised 6 issues, not 5.
Yeah. So they gotta like, oh shit. Well, now what do we do?
That happens a lot too. Like
Yeah.
they run into deadlines and shit.
Yeah.
I've actually seen it where they had actually comic books that said like 104 and never completed it.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that. Like
That's gotta suck for the people that write
yeah,
those.
I know, right? So this is the start of the sixth.
Yep,
sixth
so-
issue.
Issue 6.
I got a comment that I love facial expressions without mouths. Like, look at Eris's facial expression right here.
You keep talking to this fucking guy, and he can't talk back.
Yeah, so Thanos, we get his little thought bubble. Nebula is unaware of Warlock's presence, so that kind of reveals it. Even though Nebula has the mind gem and she could be reading his thoughts, so he could have just ruined it. But she's like even less prepared for this than Thanos was.
Right.
So, yeah, Warlock is sort of orchestrating things, and
she kind of does a dumb move.
yeah, she does. It's an amateur move.
Yeah.
It's an amateur move. She reverses time to back before half the universe was destroyed, and we see all the heroes going back, and they don't actually recognize what happened, but they have like a nagging sense, like
Some do.
what the fuck just happened?
Some remember it.
Yeah, did
Thor
any of
does.
them? Thor. Well, others will remember, but that memory will prove maddening. Yeah. So they sort of, some of them sort of remember. Others are like, that was weird.
That was weird. Some are like, oh no, can't think about that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was raunchy.
Yeah. Yeah. But of course, that takes Nebula back to
where she was a
being a
zombie.
fucked up corpse. And Thanos getting cocky. Obviously, he's gonna get fucking cocky and lecture her while he's slowly walking over to take the gauntlet back.
Typical villain move.
Yeah.
The long ass speech.
Yeah.
Dialoguing. You're dialoguing.
Just kill him.
What have you learned, Thanos? But she has just enough consciousness left in her to, I don't know,
Put him in the igloo.
undo it.
Yeah.
Get things back to how she wants it. And we see some more attempts to get the gauntlet off of her.
And Warlock gets freaking server shot chest.
Yeah. So Warlock, this is where it gets even weirder. So the cosmic beings are,
Released from
like,
prison.
okay, let's do this again, and they start fighting again. And Warlock and Silver Surfer go inside of the Soul Gem.
And Server's just so freaking confused now.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of this?
Yeah,
You come back to Soul World.
yeah.
So glow, make it all so silky smooth.
So the big cosmic battle's happening, and I think they suspect that, like, since she's like new to this, she'll fuck up, and like they might have a chance of actually beating her.
So
So they're
colorful.
trying it again, yeah. All fucking crazy colors. And so while Warlock is in there, he sort of, I guess, kind of does what Thanos did. He goes, he's nowhere, everywhere, at one with the universe of the Soul Gem. So he like becomes one with the Soul Gem, I guess. Sort of how Thanos and Eternity were one with the universe. And yep, more fighting.
Funny.
And out of it, Warlock kind of just busts out, and he has the gauntlet. So this whole thing of him going into the Soul Gem and becoming one with it, that was how he sort of, I guess, used the gem to give it to himself. So he went inside of it, and then he came out of it with it or something. I don't know. It's really weird.
I think you explained it more than I actually read it.
Yeah, dude.
So the whole point of it was like he needed a way to touch it, the gauntlet, so he could touch the Soul Gem and go into it, and then use it as
Maybe.
moment.
Yeah, I took it to mean like,
And like make the harmony between all the gems break or something like
yeah,
that.
like he like the Soul Gem sort of has some sort of like its own mind, I guess, in a weird way. So that might have something to do with it. Like he becomes the Soul Gem, and then he sort of says he like forces he like gets the other gems to consciously like break their bond with the Gauntlet or something.
And Thanos knows that this is what he's going to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just take it as one of those.
We need it out.
Yeah, this is a Deus Ex Machina. It's like, all right, let's just.
Thanos, man, motherfucker's in a fucking igloo. He's still smiling his ass off.
Yeah.
And then he breaks out of it.
Yep. And so the guy Drax, he still has this like crazy drive to destroy Thanos because he had that even before the Gauntlet. So
Yeah.
his like sole purpose for being is kill Thanos, and
Strange
It's
brings
pretty
all
cool.
the people back so that
reminds
he
me
doesn't
of a
get the
Daffy-
Gauntlet back. And
It reminds me of a Daffy Duck scene. It's mine, mine, mine! Mine.
yeah, Thanos, he says, I ain't going out like no bitch. He has like a nuke on him, and he's like, I'm just gonna blow myself up in 15 seconds. So Thor sends him flying, and then it explodes, and they think he's dead. And we have some more.
everyone's like, wait.
Talking.
Now he has
Yeah.
it. Isn't this the same issue we've had with everyone else that's gotten this thing so far?
Yeah, but since Warlock is like a little bit more, he's not. I wouldn't call him sane. He's still a little batty. Like he's not. Like he was never like really a normal guy, but he's at least like a little bit more able to cope with it. And yeah, he's like, okay, we're not
Trust me
doing
with
this
it.
thing anymore. Where you like, I talk to you guys, like taunt you. He's like, okay, I'm out. And they leave, and he gets Gamora and Pip, and they go to visit Thanos. So they actually go like forward in time. They go like I think like a couple months into the future, 60 days into the future, and we get to see Thanos like just hanging out on a planet.
It's like, leave
Just-
me alone.
Yeah, just
He's a farmer now.
yeah, he's like a farmer. He's returned to the Earth, and not Earth, but like he's gone back to his ways of being a simple farmer, and
Supposed to be left alone.
yeah, and he sort of wants to dwell on like, okay, I had literally all power in the universe, and now I lost it. Like, what? Maybe I have some shit I need to work through.
He's in therapy.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so
They just have a good ending
Warlock sort of gives him a farewell, and that kind of plays into the whole idea that it was just a game between them.
Yeah.
Like Warlock never really thought of it as the universe at stake. It was just like a game between him and Thanos.
And like I like how like Thanos kind of realizes how powerful that is and how much of a burden it is. He's like, well, you have it now, and I guess I kind of came out a winner here because I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, really, the story is kind of Thanos' story arc. Like,
Yeah.
he's like the antagonist because he's killing the entire universe, but he's also sort of the protagonist because he's the one that like gets something out of it. Like,
He
he's the one
grows
that
out of it.
grows from it. So yeah, that's the story. After this, what happens is Warlock forms the Infinity Watch because if you recall, what was his name? The Living Tribunal says, I'm not going to get involved with this because I think Thanos, like he's got the gems, deal with it. This is your problem. He's not doing anything wrong. But he actually, they petition him again, and this time he says, okay, no, Warlock, you're crazy. You're not stable. And he actually like orders him to break up the thing, the gauntlet, and he like resists, but he does it. And then so now Gamora, Pip, Drax, Warlock, and there's another one, Moondragon, and Thanos. He picks Thanos. Everyone gets a gem, and that way they can keep it sort of like division of power.
Yeah.
Like everybody gets a gem. We don't try and bring the gauntlet together anymore. And
It's
they
against
do-
the law.
Yeah, it's against the cosmic laws.
Intergalactic law.
Yeah, that and raping death. That's against the rules.
Why would they give it back to Thanos though? Like, he was like the biggest.
I guess
Yeah.
it's a balance.
Yeah, it's like a balance kind of thing. And they knew he was like one of the only ones that could actually handle having a gem because he's had them before.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's like its own storyline. That's what happens afterwards.
So they have like council meetings.
No, they're like a superhero team. They go throughout the universe doing, solving problems and shit.
It's
They're
like
like the A team, but
It's
in
like the
space.
keys to the nukes. No
Yeah.
one person has both the
Yeah.
keys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then actually,
Or all the codes or whatever.
Recently, in like the last couple of years, the gems have actually come to Earth. I don't know how it all happens, but I know there's like a group in Marvel called the Illuminati, and it's like Cap, Mr. Fantastic.
Of course, Cap's in it.
Yeah, of course. Doctor Strange. I don't think Tony Stark is in it. I don't remember.
Does Cap don't like him?
Yeah. Namor is in it.
Namor.
Why the fuck is Namor in anything?
They sort of get people from each, like, so he represents the Atlanteans.
Because Aquaman is
They get
the
Professor X
DC.
to represent the mutants. They get Black Bolt to represent the Inhumans.
And they get
Cap
Captain America.
represents America.
No, he represents the steroid hit junkie.
Yeah.
Do you realize they didn't even bring back Iron Man at the end here?
No, they did.
Oh, they
He
did?
sleeps with Gamora.
Not in this book.
I think he does. I think he plows Gamora.
don't
She
remember
turns
that.
back time.
I know. I did read a book. I did read a story that he does. He does sleep with Gamora, and
Yeah,
she
I
didn't,
think that's,
she didn't
like,
like
recently,
It, yeah. And she thought he was all right.
No, I think, yeah, Warlock just sets everything back to normal, and then
Right.
he just, like, goes away.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes back to time. Goes back in time.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the lift, handsome. We see him as Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they pull out, dude.
Oh, you really think they banged?
Yeah, they pull out. He did it with the suit on.
How else is he gonna get it up?
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll leave that up to the imagination of the readers.
That's our podcast. Real talk.
Yeah, real talk. We get behind the scenes in the unspoken context.
I'm pretty sure this whole
Wait a
thing.
minute. If they already applaud, she's asking what his name was.
Yeah, man.
You don't know. There's some freaky shit, man.
Yeah.
That's our podcast. 50% theorize and have characters plow. 25% making fun of the way characters talking. No! And
Yeah.
5% actual plot, 20% me talking about colors. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And 1 extra % of Tony shitting on his.
It's the way it rolls, man. That's not even 100%. It's more than that. We go all in.
Yeah, we don't do math. That's the other part.
Did Mickey touch you in a different place?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. So that's Infinity Gauntlet, one of the biggest events in Marvel.
Yep.
Even though somehow it doesn't really affect Marvel that much afterwards, because everything just gets reversed.
Yeah.
Well, that's how most of those kind of story arcs were back then.
Yeah, back in
only-
like the
the only-
80s and 90s, that's how it went.
Yeah, the only repercussions from Crisis on Infinite Earth in DC was that Supergirl was dead, but then they made a clone of her, and Barry Allen died, and they just got Wally West to be Flash. And I was like, kind of
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah. Then Barry Allen didn't really die. He was in the Speed Force. and-
Yeah, well, 30 years later.
Honestly, I think that's kind of a nice way of doing it.
Yeah, like instead of making everything kind of linger on.
Its own little
But then-
self-contained
then when he
story.
comes back, you got like 2 fucking flashes, and
Yeah, I mean, they could refer to that and fuck things up later,
Yeah.
but
That's kind of what they're doing now.
But,
Well,
like,
the
then
problem.
you got like the Flash family. You got the fucking Wally West, you got the Barry Allen, and you got the Kid Flash, and you got the whatever the Lightning one was.
The problem with DC is the fact that they reboot things every 5 years.
Yeah, I hate that too.
It's like, okay, well, that idea didn't work with their origins and everything. Well, we'll reboot again, and we'll redo the origins again. It's like, no, pick one, stick to it. Let's roll.
And you got your committed readers, you know, the ones that
And
have been reading
I'm
for
confused.
20 years.
I'm confused.
Then I get confused. Like,
I'm
oh,
confused.
Is Catwoman good in this, or is she bad? You know?
Yeah.
There was one time.
Are we doing it with sad Superman or happy Superman now?
There was
Yeah.
one there was one where Catwoman was ahead of the Mafia, which was going in a really cool storyline, and now like she's engaged to Batman now. I was like, what the fuck?
Do people know who Batman is, or don't they? Did Batman's parents
Yeah.
actually die in an alley, or was it some weird other freaking idea?
Well, that
we have?
usually never changes.
They always change like little tiny bits of it that
Oh,
make
yeah.
you confused. Like, did he actually know who his parents' killer was, or did they actually never check?
That's true. That does change too.
Like, is it Joe? Or, do we don't know? Do we not know who it is? Like, That's why I hate when I'm at trivia nights and they ask questions about DC Comics. I don't know. What continuity are we talking
Yeah.
about here?
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, all of my experience, like, it wasn't like that in like the 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh yeah, because they were
Like, I obviously wasn't reading them when they came out back then, but just reading back issues, it's like you could pretty much follow one story. So I could read Spider-Man and just know about Spider-Man. Like, I don't have to read all these other tie-in events and everything.
That's true,
And
yeah.
then reboot it every 20 issues.
The problem DC had, and I understand why they did it the first time. was they were around since the 30s, and by mid 80s, they had because of different writers jumping in, I think they had like 4 origin stories of Hawkman, and they were all conflicting, and there was continuity errors, and it was confusing. So they decided, okay, we're just gonna and just make it own. But then they decide we're going to do it like every 5-10 years. And it's like, don't do it every 5-10 years. Just do it once or make things clean. And then maybe another 45 years, maybe you'll need to do it again then. We don't have to do it constantly based on, well, we don't like where this is going.
yeah. That's just like weird editorial choices. Like I blame the editors for that kind of stuff. It's like
they can't even keep up.
Yeah, you got to tell your writers like no, these are the rules. Like this is his origin. Like this is what the universe, the DC universe or the Marvel universe is calling this character's origin, and then they make the writers play by those rules.
Look at Wonder Woman. That constantly changes too. Mm-hmm. Made from clay, not brought to life by Zeus by clay. So she's actually like an embodiment of them, but she's a virgin birth. No, we're not gonna do that. She's actually a demigod. Like it just. Just pick one.
Yeah, and if you feel the need to like do this origin, do like Batman Year One. Just do an elaboration of it. Yeah. Like keep the facts straight, but sort of elaborate on it.
Right.
Even with these reboots, they've kind of gone against Year One now too. In a lot of cases, like it's weird.
Yeah.
And then Marvel feels the need to do a massive event where they kill off half the universe.
Yeah, trying to loop it back into like the events here. Like as I was saying, like this was a nice self-contained event. Yeah. Like there were obviously so like some of the cosmic guys like Silver Surfer probably I think dealt with it a little bit afterwards maybe, and like Warlock got his own book, but other than that it's like everything went back to normal. You don't have to it's not like a year-long event that it encompasses every book.
The thing with that, it sucks because, like, Thanos doesn't have his own book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like, you won't hear from Thanos until they do, like, another, like, the Infinity Watch.
Cool. Those are easier to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think of the story?
It was very good. I kind of like the movie better, but because the movie kind of like changed the whole the formula where it's the good guys don't win at the end.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm always like a guy that roots for the bad guy too in the movies.
Yeah, I honestly got to give them props. I did not think they were going to kill off all these people, and we know they're not actually killed off.
Well,
they're obviously all going to come back.
And then, like when we watched the the credits, and I was like, I hope they do not put the Avengers will return, and then like they put Thanos will return. And I was like, that was bad. That was even better. That was way good.
Yeah. So also so they usually have 2 end credit scenes, right? So usually there's one. So usually it's like the main credits of like the actors and directors, and then there's like a little scene, and then there's sometimes one at the very, very end.
Right.
But they didn't have the first one.
Right.
And when I saw it, the audience was like, "Whoa!" Like that was sort of gave you that dark feeling of like, "Oh shit! Like this is like, is it over? Is everyone really dead?"
And they marketed it well, but because they saw the effect that saying like part 1 and 2 had on other movies, so they kind of went like. In the marketing, they always said, "See how it all ends." So,
where will you be when it ends?
Yeah,
I'll be watching the fucking credits.
So that was a good way. They didn't actually call it part 1 and part 2, but it's a
and
part.
They made it like they tried marketing it as like, no, we're not doing part 2 anymore. Like we're doing it as one. Like they said it for a year.
Yeah, but what does it actually mean to be part 1 and part 2? Yeah. It's part. Like it's going to be a continuation of the story.
I think that's what they
but this is also the third installment too. So
they decided that was a better way to approach it than marketing it as part.
Like
people like wow, I have to pay for 2 movies.
Well, like Kill Bill and the Twilight movie, they had part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Like they do it as one big movie, but they can't market it as like a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
They have to cut it down because of the time that they put it in the theater. They can't put a 4-hour movie in the movie theater because people don't want to sit in the movie theater for 4 hours. Also, it's like they can't put more. They can only show like three movies in a day unless they get the multiple screens, of course.
Now,
that's true.
Let me ask you. That actually might hurt them in some ways. Is it's such a long movie, but the amount of showings they can have.
Yeah, you were talking about the box office intake.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's going to make the $2 billion mark because. The kids are crying at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
And word of mouth is like, people are going to say, don't take your kid to see it if they love the superheroes because they're all going to die.
Hey, I give you props, man. That's badass. Like,
that's really balls on the studio to actually go that way.
That's the first time Disney's taking a risk in like a decade.
It's like going more towards art than it is,
But
of course they're still gonna make money, but it's still like
they know they have a lot of people hooked in.
Yeah, at the same time, now you have to see the next one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's a question from someone who's not going to see it, and just from outside observers, from things I've heard from people. I ask you, do you guys think the movie was too long? Because this is like a very common, I've noticed like in critic reviews and some fan reviews, there's people that loved it because it was like, oh wow, it's fine culmination of this event. It was good because it did a good job tying it. And there was people that hated it. Like the critic from Philly.com blasted it, saying it was confusing, too many things to follow, too long, too many things put together, and that he said that like there were some people that said that there were just too many people saying it's just good just for the sake of it. It's like it just came together and they pulled it off. Now, was it too long in your opinion? Was it too many things going on?
I don't mind long movies.
Yeah.
It's just
if you don't like long movies, and you can't get around that.
And I was actually afraid that we putting so much into it that it's not going to work.
Okay.
But since Marvel Studios had like dozens of movies for doing character development and all that, we already know the characters already. Yeah. You don't have to develop any more characters. We already know it. We already got them. Yeah. Now we just got the war.
Yeah, I'll give it this. Like, there was a lot of things that I personally thought like, okay, you don't need to have this. Like everything with Thor, it's like I get it. Like Thor's in the movie. Like you have to have Thor in the movie. And if Thor's in the movie, he has to do something. So you got to come up with like a little thing for him to do, and that took probably 20 minutes of the movie. And it's like, personally.
Yeah, that was another thing I read.
I don't give a shit what Thor's doing. Like, this isn't going to, Thor's going to get this weapon. He's going to beat Thanos with it. It's like, no, he's not. I know he's not.
That was another thing I heard, that there was like an attempt, because they had to have every character in it so that people that were fans of that character are pleased, even if it seemed that character had no purpose in the film itself.
Yeah, I mean, okay. It's like a really hard thing to bring all these characters together, but... I think they did the best thing. Yeah. Like I can't picture a better way of them doing it. I mean, they did pretty good with it.
I wish they had more Hulk though.
Is this a movie?
That was probably one of the compromises.
If you miss one single movie in this entire story arc they've been building up, are you screwed?
I didn't watch Black Panther.
Okay.
I saw Black Panther. You don't really need to see it to understand this.
What percent of the movies and the whole thing do you have to see?
I think if you watch like probably 2 out of 3, you can probably follow along.
Okay.
Like if you just got to know who the characters are. You know? Yeah. You're gonna have these problems when you try to bring everyone in Hollywood into one movie, and I think they handled it the best they could.
Just give an idea for people that if they're listening to this, and obviously you're not ruined already from knowing what happens. If you haven't seen these, I just want to
Tony's trying to tell you not to see it.
I'm not telling you not to see it.
He's saying, like, you probably don't want to go see it.
I'll be real here. The last Marvel movie I saw was Iron Man 3. Because after that movie, I said, fuck this series. Because they pretty much told comic book
You see Guardians of the Galaxies?
Actually, yeah. Did the first one come out after those?
I don't remember which one came out
first. You didn't see the second one, though.
I didn't see the second one. Because
those two were the same year, I think.
Guardians of the Galaxy... The ending killed it for me. The power of friendship. I was done, because that was every Disney movie up to that point, and I was done. And then obviously Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin thing. That was pretty much I'm done.
But you know what? I'm already invested. You know what I mean? I've seen all those other movies, so
I can understand that sentiment. I can understand people saying like I've already been invested. I'm just like, but seriously, thing. I've never been the biggest Marvel fan in my life anyway. Even though I enjoyed a lot of the movies they were making. Like Iron Man 1 is incredible. It's a great movie, but there was a point where I just went, this isn't doing it for me. It's kind of like the same thing over and over again. Like, I lost interest, and I'm just wondering from like if there might be some people out there that aren't as dedicated as I was wondering for those people. If this podcast has ruined it for them already, with us spoiling. If maybe they're thinking like, man, I'll just be so lost if I see it, or is it too long? Is it too much things I have to follow? It's just because I'm just wondering for those people.
I don't think it's that hard to follow.
No, not at all. It just there's no real backstory to Thanos.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean.
Well, they sort of do a little bit.
Yeah,
but not
with Gamora. There's more of a Gamora. It's more Gamora's backstory.
And right away though, all you need to know about Thanos is
He's
Like,
badass.
badass dude. Everyone's fucked, and he's trying to get the gems. Like, it's all you need to know.
Yeah, like I said, he does like the Ra's al Ghul thing where he wants to basically cleanse the earth by wiping it
The
out
whole
and starting
universe.
over. Yeah, and starting over again. Yeah, the whole universe.
Ambitious.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna clean the kitchen. I'm gonna destroy the kitchen and then make a new one.
Let's rip it out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna repaint the cabinets. We're gonna get new ones.
Just pull them off.
So I'm kind of hoping, I'm holding a hope that in the next one, like, they introduce Lady or Mistress Death,
That'd be kind of
and
cool.
he's just like I did what you asked me to, and then so like really it was like the entire time he was doing it for her, but like they didn't want to introduce a character yet.
Well, at the end at the end of the credits, they had Nick Fury call Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Now they're probably gonna have a Captain Marvel movie.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then they're gonna introduce her into the new Avengers, and
Yeah.
to reverse
Unless
everything.
she was one of the ones that died.
It's like before a movie even happened.
So I guess any other final thoughts?
This was a bitch.
Who?
Yeah. Mephisto.
Mephisto?
Yeah.
Well, you should have saw the movie.
Who
Fucking
gets
the Hulk and Spider-Man are pussies, man.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll tie it up there.
That's it.
So that's our rant about Avengers.
Yep.
And Infinity Gauntlet.
Yep.
Hope you
Still like
guys,
Disney. Bye.
hope you guys enjoyed it.